What's up guys, welcome back to our channel. So today I'll be talking about how I lost my job during the Corona lockdown period and what I did in that time. So let's get into it. So I think we would all agree that this year has been crazy. With the lockdown, with people losing their jobs, companies having to close down, airports shutting down, and concerts, shows, canceling. It's been crazy, and for me, it affected me in the area of my job. I lost my job. So if you've been following our previous videos, you know by now that we have a son, a wonderful son. His name is Jason, and he arrived in February on the 26th. And that was shortly before the whole Corona thing became serious. Before then, we had been hearing about Corona in China and in some other places, but it became serious, I think, in March or end of March towards April, at least in Germany. Maybe in other places it was serious, it was crazy. I think in Italy and in France it was probably, full blown by then, but in Germany actually we actually felt the impact harder towards the end of March. And as you all know, I work as a web developer, web designer, and I just started a new job and I was still within the trial period. I was just like 3 months into the job, and it was going good. I had a company car, I had a home office situation where I got to work 2 days at the working place and 3 days from home. It was going good. And then this whole Corona thing hit. And at the beginning, I got the impression from my employers that I don't have to panic. Everything would go quite well. I had the opportunity to work from home, so everything is okay. So it gave me the impression that my job was safe at that stage. But eventually, not too long ago, I think a week after, or not even up to a week after, my boss came to me and was like, "Sorry, we have to let you go." And it's quite easier to let someone go that is still in their trial period. But I was not the only one that was let go. There are other people that were let go that had been working there longer than I did. So although we thought our jobs were safe because we had a home office situation, we could work from a distance, we were working in the area of internet and web, still it affected us. And that was hard because, like I said, we just had our son, and we were in a different phase of life, and then you lose a job. That's like, so it was hard, But I wasn't really in the panic mode at that season because I'm a firm believer in God. Like when I say God, I mean God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, the whole package. And I believe that nothing really happens in my life without a reason, and that when a door closes, another opens. So we started thinking, what can I do in this season? Because I could not just apply for another job because most companies were closing down. So what could I do in the lockdown season so I don't just stay home and do nothing? And so the plan became that I would have to do a further training, like an advanced training in my field, or maybe deeper in the area of IT development, but not necessarily in the area of web development. So I decided to seek for training, in the area of database development, which would broaden my spectrum or like give me more opportunities. So I'm not limited to just work with web designs or websites, but I could also work with databases, which means that I don't only have to work in advertising agencies, I could work in banks, supermarkets. So just something to broaden my spectrum, because the whole Corona period, the lockdown period, opened my eyes to see that it's very good to be versatile, because there were areas or like there were job markets that were suffering in this season, while there were other job markets that were thriving. So although some people were losing their jobs, some were making a lot of money, in that period. And what also helped was that I was getting some unemployment benefit from the state. Actually, while you're working in Germany, there is an insurance called unemployment insurance, and what happens is that a certain fee is taken from your salary every month for a time in case you become jobless, and then you get a percentage of your salary, paid to you. I mean, it's not the whole salary, but it's better than nothing. I think it's 60% if you don't have a child, and 67% for those who have children. But then yeah, you get a percentage of your salary, given to you to support you in that time. And so I also spoke with the unemployment agency, and I was able to get an approval to do a training, a course, and they sponsor that course. And so that's a very good thing, because at that point in time I could not afford to do a further training, but I could also not afford to just stay at home and do nothing. So it was great that they were able to sponsor my training to train as a database developer. So I would advise that it's very, very important, if you have the opportunity to do that, train yourself, learn, become versatile, improve yourself, because knowledge gained is never wasted. It improves your value, it improves your worth in the job market, and that is what I did. Also, I was able to do some stuff in the area of my music, so watch out, something is coming out soon. I'm not allowed to tell you the details, but when everything is ready, I'll officially announce to you what's going to happen. But I was able to put together some songs, and we did some recordings, and it's coming out soon. And that's all I can say about that, but watch out. So yeah, but the good news is this. I have a new job, and I start working this month. But I'm very happy that I used the time of not having a job to train myself, to to do my music, to do some other projects, because it added value to my life. And most importantly, I had the opportunity to spend time with my son, and help my wife, with the house, with some house stuff, and yeah, just to be there for them. And that was very, very beautiful. That was very good for me. It was not completely a time of rest, but somehow I feel rested. And yeah, and I'm ready to kickstart the new season. Jason is now over over 5 months old, although he's looking like a year-old baby. And it was great that I was able to spend time with them and achieve a lot of things in this season. And just a quick tip: if you were wondering what area should I study, or what area should I train, that in what area would I be sure to get a job in Germany, there are probably different answers to that question, but I would say from experience, the area of IT is huge. It's big, because in some parts of IT you can work from home. Location is not a problem. Like, you can be very mobile, and there's always a demand for you. For example, software development, it's a huge thing. So Java, Python, C++, just programming, it's a huge thing. Like, web development is also huge. So like JavaScript, PHP, for those of you who know what I'm talking about, I would advise you learn those things, because if you have the skill and the ability, nobody really cares where you studied. All they want to know is, can you get the job done? I'm going to repeat again, the things that you could learn, that you could be guaranteed almost 100%. There is no 100% guarantee, but I would say the guarantee is very high that you get a job, in Germany. It's in the area of IT, Java, JavaScript, Python, C#, C++, PHP, when it comes to database, Oracle, SAP, all these programming languages. I would say, if you're a geek and if you love to do this stuff, if you love to learn about code, learn this stuff, and getting a job in Germany will not be that difficult, because if you can do it and if you're good at it, there is somebody willing to pay you for it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too long for you, because I've been talking all through. But yeah, stay tuned. Share, like, subscribe, comment, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Take care. Ciao.